Guys, I hope you all are fine. In my previous video, we have talked about the kubelet service in the Kubernetes cluster. Why we are using it is just a tool which means to connect to your Kubernetes cluster, create cluster. It's a just command means to connecting your cluster. So it's a kubelet we have talked about in my previous video. So if you have any confusion, so please feel free to ask me and comment down the section. So now we are today is the last topic of the Kubernetes component, which is the kube proxy. So this is the last component of the kube proxy of the Kubernetes cluster. So we have already talked about others one. So what is the kube proxy and what is this? And so let's discuss it. So let's suppose we have two worker node. We have wins worker node 1, worker node 2. Let me draw it. So in both we are launching port. So let's see. Let's suppose this is a port 1. So let me P1, this is P2. And in Kubernetes cluster, you have been seen that these ports are communicate each other internally, means via with the help of networks. And a network have been created between the clusters. Whenever you are launching the cluster, so it means a network configuration have been done in the cluster, that everything needs have been configured or communicate to each other via network. So there is no need to be set up something IP addresses of the port or something like that. So you have just deploying, while deploying the cluster, you have just mentioned that which network plugin you are using. In Kubespray, I am using the Funnel network, and we have the Calico and all others one as well. As per your demand, you can use it. So it is an internal network have been created when we create the cluster. So, but let's suppose in if you are talking about in the application. So if we have the web application on my worker node 1, let's suppose, and the port is the P1, and IP, let's suppose 10.100.1.1.2. Okay, and we have the another port, which another node, we have worker node 2, and we have the port is here P2. Okay, and the IP of this port is 10.100.1.3. Let's suppose we have the, as you know, we can communicate, as you know that these ports are communicate to each other and access their data. Means if you are talking about the website, so website we have normally content, and then we have the DB. So let's suppose if the worker node 1 is the content are here, and for web server we need a DB. So DB is another node. So let's suppose it's a DB content DB port. So they are right now they can means communicate each other, and all the things are functionally good. So but what happened, as you know that whenever the port crash, so at this time it's the IP of IP of the port of DB is 1.3. But what happened if the port have been crashed? So it's not like that port will be come up again, and then IP will be the same. So here we means conclude that it's something between the, if you are talking about something to access the DB, you need a thing between them that can communicate to each other. So we just for that purpose we just create a service. Okay, let me create a service. I will talk about the services in the Kubernetes in my upcoming lecture, so just understand the concept between means to expose this thing over the cluster, that DB port is listening or DB port is running on the IP or whatever the IP. So you don't need to be worried about this thing. Okay, so but just means DB have been exposed over the cluster with the help of services. So we in services we have multiple services, cluster IP, node port, and other load balancer as well. So just Meanwhile, so once the DB is done, so it means get the IP. Let's suppose it has a IP of 1.2. Okay, so this service will never be the part of node network of the this network of your internal port network. So it will never be like that one. So just forget it that it would be the part of your network, then it will be communicated. It's just a virtual resource of your Kubernetes cluster, and it's created in the Kubernetes memory. So it's nothing like that. Means we there is no interface on the service like that we have listening or something on that port, or we have bind the port or no, IP on that port. So it's not like that. It's just a virtual resource. So what happened now the how we know that the DB is exposed on this IP. So here is the role play of kubeproxy. So kubeproxy will be in each node. You will be find it this proxy in your each node, whatever how many worker nodes you have, it's depend upon your means cluster. So in each proxy, in each node, worker node, you will be find that kubeproxy is available. So what is the role of kubeproxy actually? So the role of kubeproxy is means any services will be come up in the cluster. Any service will be come up in the cluster. He will take care about that and a rule, create a rule in your node with the help of IP tables or something others ones, but mostly they are using IP tables internally, and see that how can we reach this service to the particular port. So it will be bind or create a rule that I can reach 1.1.9, 1.2, and then the route of that means particular of service will be come up means 10.100.1.3. So this is the behind of this service. So this rule have been this rule has been created on the this rule has been created on the kubeproxy on the node, every node. So every node have the kubeproxy. So let me just clear this diagram. So we have worker node. In worker node we have kubeproxy. We have pod here, p1. We have worker node, this one. Then we have another worker node. We have another kubeproxy here. So normally the kubeproxy will be found on the worker node. So but it's depend upon you whether you can launch it on master node or not. So it's depend upon your. So we have the p2, and then we have name of p2 is db, and then the IP of this port will be 10.100. Let's suppose 1.3, and this is also a port, so that the IP will be 1.4. Okay, so and then we create a service here. Let me just, so the service will be created here, and the service name is the DB, and DB is connected behind, or service will connected behind the, and it will also get the one in another IP which is 1.3. Let's suppose it get this IP, and this IP is created behind and connected to the uh, your DB services. So this is how means things have been created. So once any service launch in the Kubernetes cluster, so kubeproxy always look the service will be come up. So whenever you see that the service have been created, so it always make a rule in their node. The rule would be then 1.1.19, 1.3 will be reached to 10.100.1.4. So this rule have been created in the node. So the node will be reached to the DB service with the help of kubeproxy rules. So this is the main role of the Kubernetes kubeproxy actually. Sorry. So I hope you this find the information about the kube proxy, how it's work. So it's always means uh, looking for the new service, create a rule on each node for the traffic. Okay, so means route the traffic, means how we can achieve, how can we connect to another service to with this one. So it's actually using backend on IP tables or any service, so he can means use it, but mostly they are using IP tables. So let's see, let me show you about where we can find it on the kube proxy. So this is my cluster. So let me show you the kube proxy. First of all, in the name system is always, it is always always run on the kube system namespace. So there is the kube proxy, three kube proxy are running here. So it's actually a daemon set of the cluster as well. So what is the daemon set? So you don't need to be about worry about the daemon set. So I will talk about it. I will talk about the daemon set in my upcoming lecture. So this is how means kube proxy are running in three, desire three, and current is three, and ready is three. So this is the Kubernetes kube proxy is all launching in the in terms of daemon set. So I hope you like this video, and this is the last video of our Kubernetes main components. If you have any confusion in any components, so please let me know. We will discuss in and comment out the session. Thank you guys. Thank you watching this video. Please share and subscribe. Thank you. Thanks. Bye.